All right, all right, all right. We're going to get started here in just a second. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening here on this Thursday. Man, if you're jumping in with me, go ahead and let me know in the comments so we can make sure that the audio is working, that the video's working, all the good stuff is working, because before we start sharing tips and stuff, it's best if everything's actually working. So pop into the comments, let me know who's watching, where are you watching from? Want to hear from you guys, because I like you all, and you're kind of what makes this group awesome. So 2023, it's here. How crazy is that? That it's now really time to start envisioning what you want your new year to look like, right? Like if you don't have a vision for your business, for what you want to be doing in terms of making strides in 2023, then what are the odds that you're going to reach anything worth reaching? I'll tell you this, it's going to be at least a lot lower. What's the saying? It's like, if you aim for nothing, you'll hit it, I think is the saying. There's probably some other cool sayings about like that, but we got some people popping into the comments here, so let me check out who we got with us this evening. What's up, Allie? Hello from North Carolina, Western North Carolina specifically. Thank you for letting me know that we are looking good here. Awesome. Anthony says AJ. Where's AJ? I don't know what AJ is, but it sounds like it's got to be a cool place. All right. Awesome. Hello, Lorraine. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Got some people, Lena, in here from the UK. Very cool. Now, here's what I want you to do. We just had somebody do this inside the comments, and I think it's a great idea. Allie went ahead and shared the main goal that she's got for 2023. So here's, and this is interactive. Like if you want to gain something from this live stream, the best thing for you to do is interact. So go ahead and put out the main big thing that you want to accomplish in 2023. Now, not only are we going to be talking about how to plan out your year, how to start doing things now in order to get ready for winning in 2023, and we'll give you some tips on how to do that, but also I'm going to give you some sort of SEO in 2023 tips, things that you need to be watching out for, either if you're already in the SEO, if you're just starting to get into SEO and you want to get clients through Google. These are the tips you're going to want to watch out for. And then I have another announcement that I'll give you later towards the end. So you want to make sure that you stick around. So go ahead, you all start putting in your big focus for 2023. Do you want to book higher paying clients? And if you answer that, how much higher paying are they? So you got to be specific. That's one of the biggest things when you're planning and you're trying to get somewhere. You want to have a very clear, specific vision, because what happens is you make that really clear picture in your head and you keep it before you, and your brain actually just starts to present you with opportunities. There's books on this whole concept, this whole psychology. I teach on it in extent inside of my my six-figure mindset mini course inside the Insider Access area, which if you want to get into that, then we'll have a link for you later if you're looking to become an insider and get some really awesome info. But for now, I'm just saying, being able to say, okay, here's exactly what I'm aiming for, and then keeping that before you is what we want to do. So we've got some comments coming through. Let's see what we've got popping in here. Let's see. Sarah says, I have a goal to shoot my first wedding. Awesome. So we got somebody brand new. Okay. And hopefully 3 at the least all year. Very cool. And hey, I think my first year in business, I want to say we shot 6 weddings. 6 weddings. And, you know, that was cool. And then our next year, I think we got up around 18. And technically, in our first year of business, we booked a $7,500 client. Now, I'm not telling you that to toot my own horn. I'm telling you that because I knew very clearly what I wanted to accomplish, got the help to accomplish that, and implemented stuff really quickly. And you'd be surprised how much you can grow if you have the right mindset, right? And then you've got the right resources, that is mainly people around you. Because some people say, well, I don't have enough portfolio to start doing X, Y, Z. I can't raise my prices. I'm scared of this, scared of that. We had 2 weddings that we'd shot and one that my wife had second shot. That was our portfolio when we booked our first $7,500 client. Now, we've since obviously booked higher paying clients than that, but I'm just trying to give you all perspective and belief that you can do more than what you think you can. Okay? You can do more than what you can think. I want to see some more coming through. You guys got to have some goals. If I can't get you to comment your goal here in front of other people, then I'm cheating you. I'm cheating you out of growth. So go ahead. Come on. We got some time here. Y'all go into the comment section, comment your biggest goal. I'm going to keep going through those. Chris says, I want to improve my marketing. Now, here's a good example of where we need to be more specific. So, Chris, when you say you want to improve your marketing, specifically, how do you want to improve your marketing? Let me know that in the comments, okay? Specifically how, because we got to get more clear on that. We can't keep it sort of like, you know, ethereal and esoteric. Like, it's got to be like specific. How do you want to be a better marketer? Okay. And this isn't just the preview. This is like how you get a clear vision. And I've done this in my own business, y'all, where I've sat down and said, here's exactly what I want life to look like. If you haven't read the book, Think and Grow Rich. This is an old book, I think written back in like the 20s. And I don't agree with everything in the book, but there's a lot of really good basic human psychology stuff that is all about how to utilize the subconscious brain power so that your brain can actually perceive and then take action on opportunities. There are so many opportunities all the time around you. Same for me. The only way that you'll become aware of them and ready, okay, ready to take action on those opportunities is if you're positioned, not just sort of like I'm ready for opportunities, but subconsciously ready to accept, first recognize, subconsciously ready to recognize, and then to accept and take action on those opportunities. So if you're here and you're like, oh, I want to book higher paying clients. Okay, how much more? Let's get specific. Let's get you subconsciously primed so that as those opportunities arise, you take them. Because look, the only other opportunity is that you just stay right where you're at. You don't change anything. And I've seen people like this. And if you're one of these people, it's okay. Today you can change if you choose to. But I've seen people at it for 10, 15 years. They've been doing the same thing and they're still wondering, why am I not at this level that I want to be at? Why am I not progressing? You may be at the 3-year mark and filling that, or the 1-year mark, or the 7-year mark. It doesn't matter. If you do not at your core change, the odds of you accomplishing something great that you're very proud of are incredibly low. So hear me out. If you want to change, you want to arrive at some particular location in terms of your business and your personal life, okay, which that means you've got a vision, right, which you should have. If you are going to appropriate that change, that destination, you have got to be willing to make the sacrifice to do so. Now, what's the sacrifice? It could be time. It could be emotional energy. If you really want the fast track that's most efficient, it means that you're hiring a coach, you're hiring a mentor, you're getting inside of a mastermind, other people that are going to cause you to pursue and achieve at a much higher level. Okay? But that's the sacrifice. It's going to be time. It's going to be emotional energy. It's going to be money. It's going to be some level of some discomfort that you're going to have to say, I must face that which I do not want to in order to achieve change. Now, we've got a few comments coming through, so I do want to take the time to review those. So I know we got, let's see, Heather was saying she wants to add 200,000 or more in her coaching biz in 2023 in addition to my photography biz. Now that's a good goal. That's a good goal. I love it. Not, any goal is good. If you say, hey, I just want an extra 20,000, that's fine. Or an extra 10 or whatever. Doesn't matter. But I love how specific. Notice Heather goes, add X amount in this particular business in addition to this business. Now, Heather, I'd challenge you even get more specific there because we're saying 200,000 more. Is that 200,000 more gross? Is that net? Right? And then how specifically? Is it 200,000 more in what manner? By high ticket clients, by low ticket, by XYZ, right? Get more and more specific. Then you may have all that, but I'm just saying, this is what we're trying to drill through here because we're going to get into some other stuff, specifics about what you should be doing with SEO and all that in 2023. But this mindset stuff, it's incredibly valuable. I'm telling you this as someone that has been running a six-figure business for years. You got to know this kind of stuff. You got to know it. So if you're benefiting from this mindset stuff, go into the comments right now, comment mindset. I want to know if you're paying attention. I want to know if you're getting value out of this. Let's see. Lena says, to work my website better. Okay. So when you say that, Lena, specifically, what needs to be better about your website? What needs to be better about your website? Now, here's the next part of that, y'all. When? By what date? I encourage y'all specifically to set a date. When I first started this business where I'm helping people to rank on Google and book dream clients, I said months and months before I actually launched it, I said, I'm going to launch this business on this specific month, in this specific month, on this specific day. I said this months in advance. If you read the book, Think and Grow Rich, that's one of the things they talk about. Say, pick a specific date to have achieved a very specific goal by. Now, some of y'all, here's what you're going to do, though. You're going to go, oh, well, I've set goals before, and I feel bad when I don't hit them. And I get it. I talk to people every day. You have to learn, if you're like me, you have to learn to love failure. Because, listen, if I set a definite goal, then I can go, okay, I didn't hit it. Why? Why didn't I hit that goal? If I don't have any definite goals, then I can't gather data. I can't go, well, it was because of XYZ, and so XYZ needs to improve. So if you love to improve, you have to set very specific goals so that you can fail. Everybody go in the comments and say, can fail. Type that out. Say, I am going to fail. And you may be thinking, okay, Jeff, you're getting crazy. No, if you're going to succeed, you must learn to embrace, anticipate, and gather data from failure. There's something you need to try this year that you have been holding off from trying. It's either Facebook ads, it's either Instagram, it's SEO, it's something. It's networking, it's reaching out to the planners, etc. There's something that you've been thinking, going, I should do this, and you're not trying it because you're afraid of failure. Y'all, I have failed. There have been so many failures that I've had that I've built a mountain out of failure so high that I can see for miles and miles and miles. And my success comes from the mountain of failure. Okay, so I see lots of I can fails coming through. Love it. You're free to fail. You got to tell yourself that. You got to say, hey, look, I give myself permission to fail. Now, here's the next step there. You got to go, okay, I can fail. That's scary, though, right? That's still kind of scary. Okay, so here's what you do. You now think and say, what's the worst that can happen? This comes from The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. If you've never read it, it's a cool book. he talks about in order to embrace failure, you need to actually sit down and think, what's the worst that can happen? So let's say you go and do, you go do the course you've been wanting to do. You work with the coach you want to work with. You've been putting it off. You do the thing you've been thinking, oh, I need to do this. And you go, okay, I can fail. I'm going to do it. But if I do fail, what's the worst that can happen? Because until you define the worst that can happen, your brain will generally default to a anxiety that buzzes to the equivalence of something like you're going to die. Until you define your fear, it will basically at a baseline level just scream, you're going to die if you fail. So to bring your mind into that place of like, okay, we're actually thinking logically, you have to say, well, what's the worst that can happen? Once you define it, your brain no longer can go, well, you're going to die. That's its default. So when you define it, now you go, okay, well, the worst that could happen is, I'd probably be out some money, or I'd probably, I'd have to like rethink something. You go, it's really not that bad. On the flip side, what's the worst that can happen if you don't do the thing you keep thinking you need to do? Things like regret. I don't like to live with regret, but here's why I do like to consider regret. Because in all honesty, if I get to the end of my life and there's things I haven't done because I was like, well, I'm just not going to live with regrets. Wow, that's pretty sad, isn't it? I don't want to fear things enough to not put myself in a position to where I can succeed because I say, oh, well, I don't live with regrets. That mentality, if you're embracing it, I'm going to tell you that no regrets mentality, it's good if you're already doing everything you can to reach your full potential. Okay? If you're doing the stuff you should be doing and you're failing and you're gathering data and you're continuing to pick yourself up and keep on rolling, no regrets is a great mantra. I embrace it. But if you're saying, well, I don't live with regrets, and then you're holding back from your full potential and you're living in fear and you're not willing to fail, no regrets is a really bad strategy. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying that you should regret stuff. I'm just saying at the end of your life, if you lived with this kind of like, I'm not going to try stuff because, no regrets, you're probably going to actually regret stuff at that point. And I don't want that for you. I want everybody here to feel like, man, I'm really encouraged to go and do stuff that I've never tried before. Let's say we got a few more comments coming through. Heather, a little bit more detailed here. Wants to generate the 200,000 or more in the next 12 months with the high ticket coaching program. Goal for next launch is 75,000 gross to be in my bank account by the end of January. Love it. Love it. For those of you all that don't know, every year I take on a very limited amount of people in order to help them start their own coaching business. Heather was actually one of my first students that I had, and so always super glad to see her around here. She's awesome. If you're like into senior photography and you want to charge more per customer, you need to check out Heather. She's got a group. You should message her and say, hey, hook me up here, Heather. Just saying, she's not paying me to say that, by the way. I'm just like, Heather's stuff is great, and always super glad to see her killing it. That makes my heart, flutter. All right, what else we got going on here? Lena says, check Google Console, and now more pages, not index. That index. Can you explain how pages are working index and not index? Yes, but not right now. A really, really good place for you to be, Lena. I think you're in my insider membership. I would recommend working through that material because that's going to help you with that stuff. We'll probably talk about it in here at some point, but we just can't right now. So look, let's check in. Let's get a pulse check real quick. Now that I've talked about some of this stuff, I want you to go ahead and, if you didn't comment before, please comment. If you already did comment, let's comment again. But now that you've thought through, okay, embrace failure, define your fear, live like you can regret, but with no regrets. Tell me what your goals for 2023. Pick one, just one thing. Pick one thing for 2023 that you want to accomplish. Is it higher paying clients? How much higher paying? Is it more bookings in general? How many more bookings? Is it a yearly revenue goal? Now, I personally recommend that every single person should have a yearly revenue goal that's based on the vision that they have for their life. If you got a vision for your life, you say, how much does it cost for me to have that vision? Because if you reach your vision, you'll be empowered and excited about your life. And then that will spill over into your clients and they'll give you good reviews because you have a exuberance coming from you because you're satisfied. One of the biggest things, y'all, this gets deep into psychology. Y'all ready to go deep? If y'all want to go deep with me, can you comment deep? Who wants to go deep? Because I'm about to go deep. All right. All of us photographers, for the most part, are a certain type of person. We're creative. We're very empathetic. Okay. So we really feel people's feelings. Now, this is not going to be everybody, but this is some stuff I've learned about myself and other people as I've coached wedding photographers for years now. And it's this. That many of us have this sort of personality where we're almost more focused on other people's needs than our own. We're so focused on other people's needs and we're so focused on thinking about their perspective. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why I think we're good at taking photographs, because we get out of our own mind. Okay. If you follow with me, keep following me here because I'm going somewhere with this. We're very good at getting out of our own mind, but here's the problem with that is we get detached from our own desires. Go into the comments and say, desire is good. Desire at the most baseline level is good. If you believe that, I want you to comment desire and hit the like button for me. Desire is good. You can have bad desires. You can have selfish desires that are bad for other people. But I think many times when we're trying to live a life where we are producing something for somebody else, and it's a very close interpersonal endeavor like wedding photography, we're so focused on other people that we sort of lose sight of what we truly deep down desire. Now, here's the danger in that. If you're not achieving a vision, okay, and that's not straight to success, it's failing and then going, oh, why did that happen? Okay, cool, new data. And then we're slowly achieving our vision, right? When that happens, when we achieve it, we feel satisfied, and that satisfaction flows over into those around us, and it fuels our business. But if we don't do that, if we're not satisfying ourselves through achieving vision, or at least, I'll tell you what is most important, is the progress towards vision. One of the most important things is progress towards vision. If you're making progress, you're going to feel good. If you can say, I am this much closer to my vision 2 months down the road than I was 2 months ago. Honestly, I try to think about it every day. Today, I'm 1% closer to my vision. Tomorrow, I'll say, now I'm 1% more closer to my vision, a total of 2% closer to my vision. But if we're not making that progress, either because we're afraid of failure and or we don't even have a vision, we end up unsatisfied, and then we become this sort of like non-resourceful entity. We become less resourceful, we become shorter, we become less fueled to respond to those emails, we get a lot more burnt out, and that's how you achieve burnout. So what I'm emphasizing here is I want you all to have this strong perspective of like, okay, I need to have a vision that I'm willing to fail for, and it should be big enough that you're willing to fail, and then embrace failure, and then continue progress by recognizing, here's why I failed, here's how to get better, and then just keep going. Persistence, persistence, persistence. Now, I share this with you in the context of search engine optimization. If y'all want to talk about SEO, we're going to talk about that a little bit here. Here's what I found with SEO. SEO is one of those things that you can kind of do it and it's done. That's why one of the reasons why I love SEO. I've ranked on Google for years and years, and I don't really do any more SEO. Like year after year, if I do something, it's mostly just for fun. But I've been page one of Google for years now without any ongoing SEO work. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not work to actually get ranking, though. And if you do it right, it should be a one and done sort of deal. So here's what I mean by that. When people come to my website, I should be going, okay, how did they interact with my website? And this is for 2023 especially. I've been preaching for years. Google, as artificial intelligence rolls out, Google's going to be able to tell whether or not someone is actually getting connection by engaging with your website. Just recently, they rolled out something called the Helpful Content Update, where, I mean, it's exactly what I've been teaching. Either you make this person feel like they're floating down a lazy river, and because of that, they're engaging with key parts of your website, or you don't, and they just skip over a bunch of stuff. Well, guess what? Now, if they're not engaging with your content, Google starts recognizing that is unhelpful content, which is no bueno for you. So now I'm sharing all this stuff about like SEO, and right after I talk about mindset, why in the world would I do that? Because SEO is one of those things that it's not just keyword research, then sprinkling keywords and hoping that all goes well. It's just not. It is being able to say, okay, let's do this, and then analyze. And knowing how to analyze, right? Like, who here feels like SEO is a shot in the dark? If you feel that way, go into the comments and say dark. Because I hear that all the time. All the time I got people saying, man, I just feel like it's a shot in the dark. It is a shot in the dark if you do not know how to interpret the data. You know, we go in, and like with my Dream Clients members, people I'm working with to help them rank in 30, 90 days, we're looking at what Google is saying after they made changes in interpreting the data within a week or two of the changes. And so we know if we're doing the right thing, right? So you got to be able to interpret how people are interacting with your website and craft okay, they're doing this, now they should do this, then they should do this, then they should do this, then this, then this, then this. And if you're doing it correctly, not only will you rank on Google and stay ranking on Google, but you'll also get more inquiries, and you'll also find that your inquiries are not only more willing to book you, they're more willing to pay you more money. Now, why are they willing to pay you more money, right? How does that even make sense? People are going to be, there's a correlation, okay? People are going to be more willing to open up their wallet to greater degrees the more that they feel connected to and like they can trust you. So if your website crafts an experience where they feel connected to you and therefore feel like they can trust you, they will be much more comfortable in giving you money and more of it, because giving you that money will actually feel like they're giving it to themselves. Okay? So when it comes to SEO in 2023, you basically have to do what I've been saying to do for years. Okay, now it's funny because I don't just know this stuff just because I know it. It's because I met somebody years ago. Somebody worked for Google. We became close friends, and I would watch them work over their shoulder. So I'm watching this Google person work over their shoulder. They have an NDA, and they're not even allowed to share this stuff, right? So this is years. This is, gosh, maybe 2015, I guess. And so I've been preaching this stuff, saying you need to be doing it now for years. Now for 2023, the algorithm's out, y'all. You can't goof. You can't listen to these people that are saying, well, just blog a lot. If you blog enough, you'll rank on Google. You can't listen to people that just say, well, just get a bunch of backlinks. If you're thinking about using an agency in 2023, please expect bad results. Just go ahead and expect bad results. So you're going to pay them $500 a month or whatever. A few people I've talked to lately are doing these $750 a month things. And they're doing content, they're doing backlinks, and they're sprinkling some keywords. One guy, they were helping him rank for something that wasn't even really getting him any traffic. And here he is paying, I think, $750 a month. No, I take that back. He had a $24,000 contract with an SEO agency, very well known. And he said, hey, I want to talk with you. I'm doing this. He was even ranking and then not getting any inquiries. Like, he's like, man, I'm like 8 months into a $2,000 a month contract. And I'm trying to warn you guys, because a lot of people come to me saying, yeah, I use the agency. Okay. And you don't have to use an agency to fall into this. You know how many people I hear all the time, prominent people that are like, oh yeah, just blog all the time. If you've heard that, say blog in the comments for me. If you've heard this, say blog in the comments, because I want to know how many people are hearing this here. have a fast website. You got to have a fast website. Not necessarily. What you have to do is you have to be able to understand and create connection, which I'll define here in a second. You then have to be able to cause that connection to happen through engagement, which means they're spending more time on your website, consuming the content, and engaging. That means clicking around, looking at stuff, reading stuff. Those are the signals that you want to see to Google, because Google knows if they show the best websites that are the most satisfying and engaging, more people will keep using Google. This is how Google became the prominent search engine. It didn't used to be, right? Google at one point wasn't like the search engine, but the algorithm that it employed, which focused on satisfying the user, that's how they became the most satisfying search engine. So guess what? They get to show more ads and then make more money because they're the best. When you become an asset to Google, Google will want to show you to a lot of people, right? Now, the cool thing about what I've done is I've looked at a bunch of websites and I've gone, hey, I see what Google is seeing here. And so I know what is the most satisfying pathways for each site, right? That's what I help people with. So if you've got questions, you can put those into the chat box now. I'm going to do two things for you guys. Number one thing I want to let you know about is we are running a New Year's special. So if you've liked the content that we've talked about this evening, this is like just a taste of what I've got inside of the Easy SEO Insider membership. All right. Now you can get not only that free for 14 days, but also you can get a hold of my Easy SEO ebook if you do this New Year special that I've got. So you're going to get some really cool free gifts. You can do the membership, check it out. If you don't want to do it long term, no biggie. That's totally fine. But let me go ahead and give you guys the link for that here in the chat box. All right. This is only valid for I think it's like 3 more days. I want to say it's 3 more days. I'm going to post it in there. Let me make sure I got the right link for you guys. Highly recommend checking that out. Okay. Even if you cancel it, you still get to keep the free gifts. Okay. So check it out. We've already got I can't believe how many people we've gotten inside of this membership so far. It blows my mind. Y'all have made my day, because I cannot wait to keep giving you all new monthly content that's for my insiders, right? Like if you're thinking this content is cool, wait until you get on the inside of here. It's going to be a lot more specifically organized content, because in the Facebook group, it's kind of hard to do step-by-step stuff. Oh, I want to find a video on this one thing that you're struggling with, right? Inside of here, we're going to be doing a lot of members only type stuff, and it's going to be more organized into topics. So if you're yeah, I really need this, you're going to be able to just get to that thing that you can work on, right? So there's a lot of cool stuff. We're also going to start providing an actual archive for the lives, so you can just go through and watch them again versus trying to fumble through the Facebook group. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff with that membership area. So highly recommend getting in there on it before the price goes up on it. And again, right now you got that 14-day free trial as part of the gifts you get. You get other gifts as well, just for saying maybe. Just for say, hey, I'll check it out, Jeff. Again, cancel anytime. Love to see you on the inside of there. The other thing that I want to make you all aware of is that, look, we've got 3 spots left inside of my mentorship program, which is Dream Clients, where we teach you how to rank on Google in 30, 90 days in order to book high-paying dream clients that can't help but find all the awesome things about you. Now, here's why you want to know this now, right? We're about to hit the new year. So if you've got profit and you're it would be nice to be able to not pay the government as much money, I highly recommend that you consider jumping on a call with me ASAP. Okay. And I've only got a limited amount of spots. So if you can't get on a call with me, we also have a specialist. His name's Tate, that you'll be able to talk to as well. So we'll try to get through as many people as we possibly can. But if you're interested in that, you're hey, I've got profit, I don't want to pay it to the government. Jeff's mentorship is a business expense. I'm in my slow season. I want to rank on Google and just nail this whole SEO thing so I can show up. I highly recommend that you go ahead and just comment, reach out. When you comment, reach out. Either myself, my wife, Michelle, or Tate will actually follow up with you in a messenger. We need a few key details about you and your business just to make sure that we can help you and that you qualify. And if we think that it's a really good fit for your business, it's going to help you kill it in 2023, then we'll talk about setting up a Zoom session to go over your market a little bit more in depth with you, just to make sure that you fully understand the amount that you have to gain through ranking on Google. Because guess what? The traffic's going to your competitors. If you're not on first page, there's people searching and they're going somewhere else besides your website. And just about anybody, if you've got a major city you're near, you're probably missing out on at least $5,000 worth of bookings every single month if you're not ranking on Google. That's about $60,000. Okay, and y'all have seen some of the videos that I've done, probably like with Roy. You know, Roy did $18,000 worth of sales in 10 days when he hit first page of Google. Okay, we've had other people $30,000 a year up to then transformed into $150,000. Okay, so there's so much to be gained by ranking on Google. So if you want that, if you would like to go deeper on that, I'll just reiterate, just comment, reach out. We'll follow up with you. We'll try to get you in as quick as possible, because if you've got money that you don't want to pay the government, it is a business expense, right? And we've got about 3 more spots for people to join before the new year. Okay. So guys, if we don't have any questions, I don't think we do. I'm going up through there. I guess I've just literally explained everything super clearly. That's the only thing I can figure, because I don't think I see too many questions. I did actually want to see Jason Barry had written this. He said, 2023 goals: be kinder, treat others how I want to be treated. Love it. Number 2, earn 200,000 in 23. Love it. Number 3, travel more. 5 dream locations: Iceland, Alaska, Norway, Italy, Mexico. 4, best shape of my life, do a triathlon. Love it. Here's what I would recommend for the travel, those locations. Go ahead and set the dates, man. Set the dates for those. I'm getting ready to do this with Hawaii, because I want to go to, I've been to Hawaii once. I want to go to Hawaii again. So that's one of those things. I'm getting ready to set a specific date for it and say, hey, we're going to do this. I hope my wife isn't watching. I just want to surprise her. She loves surprises. I hope she is watching, because she'll be like, hey, don't plan stuff without me. She likes to plan stuff with me. So I'm teasing her a little bit here. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't, make sure that you go ahead and open up that link before we close out for the New Year's free gift access. Okay. Check that out. If you got any questions, you can always hit me up, shoot me a message. And then again, if you want to not pay the government as much money and rank on Google fast, you can comment, reach out, and we'll follow up with you. Lastly, every Thursday at 6:15 p.m. Eastern, that's 3:15 p.m. Pacific. Had to think about that one for a second. We're going to do these live streams. Okay. We're going to do these live streams. This is one of the ways that we can help you. You can also comment inside of the group. We love to be able to do some, get you some help, assist you, answer your questions. If you're wanting to go deeper though, and you're like, hey, I just want to get this stuff done. I just want to learn this stuff. Your easiest starter option is to take advantage of that New Year's offer. That's the easiest, best option just to get started. You'll also, inside of there, if you join that, we give you an option to do a game plan call where we help you map out a strategy specific to your business. So again, some awesome benefits inside of there. And then look, I just hope that you guys absolutely slay it in 2023, and at the end or middle or wherever in 2023, you're saying, hey, Jeff, you said this and it really helped me. That's what I love to hear. And I get those sorts of messages, and it like makes my day. So that's what I love. My goal is to see more of that in 2023. So appreciate you all. Thank you for showing up. Okay. One question. We did a good question right as I'm about to end this. Phoenix says, are you going to go through the SEO, or do we have to buy into the free gift? I'm questioning what you mean by that question specifically. Are you going to go through the SEO? The SEO for 2023, I'm giving you specific updates, like what we did in here, specific updates on what's important in 2023. We have other training inside of the group on what you should do for your SEO. So there's free trainings on that. And then there's also training inside of the Insider membership that's more in depth. Okay. And again, it's more organized, because the nature of the Facebook group is kind of hard to organize stuff. So I hope that answers your question. Again, this replay is going to be up, so you'll be able to keep seeing this and commenting on it once the replay goes live. I think it takes just like a few minutes. So if you want to keep engaging, asking questions, feel free to keep on, back and forth and with me on this video. And if you're watching replay, please comment #replay, because I love to know who all got to watch. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to get going. Have a wonderful night, wonderful rest of the week. And if I don't see you before then, Happy New Year. Bye, guys.